Welcome to Mike's Yoga channel and welcome to this lower body yoga for football players. When you're ready, roll your mat, grab some water, and let's get started. Yoga teacher Mike, the Mike's Yoga channel. Okay everyone, so let's begin by coming into a seated position with our legs extended out long. So we're going to start by warming up the feet and the ankles, working on the mobility and the flexibility within the ankles. So from the seated position, your hands can just rest by your sides, and we're going to start with our right foot, and we're going to be doing what I like to call gas pedals. So we're simply going to pretend we're stepping on the gas with our right foot and stepping off the gas. And then after we've done this a few times, we can move into some ankle circles, so rotating the ankle one way, and then going the other way. And when you're ready, let's take that over to the other foot, so stepping on the clutch with our left foot, stepping off. And then when you're ready, let's move into some ankle circles. Going one way and then changing it up, going the other way. Awesome job. From here, let's just come to a neutral position, and then from here we'll move into a seated forward fold. So on your next inhale, let's bring the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, melt it forward, keeping the feet flexed towards you, grabbing onto the toes or the feet if you can. If you can't, that's okay. You can just let your hands rest where they naturally fall. And in this pose, we're really breathing into the back of the legs, the calves, the hamstrings. And on your next exhale, mindfully release. From here, we'll come into a deer pose, otherwise commonly referred to as a 90-90 stretch. So to come into this pose, essentially what we're doing, we're just creating two 90-degree angles in both of our legs. So let's start with our right leg in front of us. Let's keep this right knee in line with the right hip. 90-degree angle in this leg, right foot is flexed. And let's bring our left leg behind us, so left knee in line with the left hip. 90-degree angle in this left leg, left foot is flexed. Hands can just rest by your side, sit up nice and tall. So you should feel a nice stretch in that left hip here. If it feels nice, you can mindfully rock up and down. And on your next exhale, let's mindfully release. We'll just take that over to the other side. So bringing our left leg in front of us, our right leg behind us. Again, let's keep this left knee in line with the left hip. 90-degree angle in the leg, left foot is flexed. right knee in line with the right hip, 90-degree angle, right foot is flexed, hands resting by your side, sit up nice and tall. And on your next exhale, let's mindfully release. From here, we'll make our way into an extended child's pose. So let's bring our knees as wide as the mat, letting the big toes touch behind you. And then from here, just walk your hands out long in front of you, letting the forehead rest in the mat. In this pose, we're really breathing into the hips as well as the back body. And then on your next exhale, let's shift forward. We'll come into a high cobra. So stacking the hands right underneath the shoulders, extending the legs out long behind you, keeping your core slightly engaged here. And then essentially we're just pushing ourselves up, really opening up the chest. Make sure to breathe. And on your next exhale, let's curl the toes, shift the hips up. We'll come into a downward facing dog. In this downward dog, let's keep our fingers spread wide. Hands are actively pushing into the mat. And then feel free to pedal out the feet here. Once again, breathing into the back of the legs, calves, the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, let's just find a nice neutral position. We'll hang out here for a couple breaths. And on your next inhale, let's lift this right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the right knee, step the right foot up in between the hands, lower the left knee down, left shoelaces down. And on your next inhale, let's rise up, coming into a low lunge. So in this low lunge, let's find a nice foundation. So let's keep this right knee over the right ankle, and let's keep these hips in one line. So for some of us, we may have to draw that right hip back just a little bit, bring this left hip forward, core is slightly engaged, arms up overhead, breathe. Another awesome stretch for the hips and the psoas muscle. On your next exhale, let's bring the hands down to the mat and keep bringing the hands down the mat, shifting it back. We'll come into a runner stretch. So let's keep this right foot flexed. Again, you should feel an awesome stretch in the back of the right leg. You can stay up on the fingertips, or if you have a block or a football nearby, you're welcome to rest that right hand on that. Exhale, shift it forward. Awesome job. From here, let's lift that left leg up off the ground. And now from here, pretend you're pulling a bow and arrow back with that right hand, reaching this right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat. Now let's lower the left knee down back to the mat and shift forward just a little bit, so coming onto the area just above the left knee. And now from here, bend the left knee and reach back with your right hand, grabbing onto that left foot if you can. Awesome quad stretch here. Exhale, very mindfully release that left leg. Plant the hands, we'll step it back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here, awesome job. And we'll take that over to the other side. So inhale, lift that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left knee, step the left foot up in between the hands. Lower the right knee down, right shoelaces down. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. So again, let's find our foundation here. So let's keep this left knee over left ankle, hips in one line. So on this side, we may have to draw that left hip back just a little bit and bring this right hip forward. Core slightly engaged. Arms up overhead, breathe. On your next exhale, bring the hands down to the mat and then keep sliding them down the mat. We'll come into this runner's stretch. So straightening out this left leg, keeping this left foot flexed towards you. Again, really breathing into the back of this left leg. And if you have a block or a football nearby, you're welcome to rest that left hand on that. Exhale, shift it back forward, plant the hands, and lift this right leg up off the mat. And now from here, pretend you're pulling a bow and arrow back with that left hand, reaching that left hand up towards the sky. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the mat. Lower that right knee back down to the mat. Shift forward just a little bit, coming onto the area above the right knee. And now from here, bend that right knee, reach this left arm back, grabbing hold of that right foot. Exhale, mindfully release. Awesome job. Plant the hands. We'll step it back to downward facing dog. Now from here, let's heel toe, walk our feet up right behind our hands. We'll take a forward fold here. So bend the knees as much as you like. And now on your next inhale, slowly but surely start to roll it up, keeping the knees bent. Stacking the spine one vertebrae at a time. The chin is the last to left, coming into a mountain pose. Stand up nice and tall, breathe. Awesome job. Now from here, let's bring the feet as wide as the mat. Bring the hands together at your hearts, hands pushing into one another. And now from here, we'll come into a yogi squat. So simply just sink the hips all the way down. Once we're down at the bottom, try and keep your back as straight as you can. Exhale, let's release. Now from here, let's make our way onto our backs. Take your time getting there. And then once we do get here, let's plant the soles of the feet into the mat. We'll come into a reclined pigeon pose. So from here, let's lift our right leg up off the mat, step our right foot across our left leg. So we have this kind of figure four formation. And now from here, Lift that left leg up off the ground, keeping both feet flexed. Left calf is parallel with the ground. And now from here, let's thread our arms through, grab a hold of the back of the left leg. Another awesome hip opener here, so you should definitely feel this in the right hip. Exhale, release, bring the soles of the feet down to the mat, and we'll just take that over to the other side. So step this left foot across our right leg, and let's lift this right leg up off the mat, keeping the right calf parallel with the ground. Both feet are flexed. And then when you're ready, let's thread our arms through, grab a hold of the back of the right leg. Exhale, release. Again, let's bring the soles of the feet down into the mat. And now from here, we'll come into a bridge pose. So from this position, let's simply lift our hips up towards the sky, shimmy the shoulders underneath you, clasping the hands together. And let's keep the legs nice and straight, parallel with each other. So you don't want the legs coming out wide, you want them nice and straight. On your next inhale, let's bring the hands up towards the sky, come up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, slowly lower the spine down to the mat. Awesome job. Now from here, we'll take a constructive rest. So let's bring the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees knock in towards each other. You can have one hand on your belly, the other one on your heart. Exhale, release. Now from here we'll come into a reclined butterfly pose. So simply just bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees open up wide, letting the hips open up naturally. Again, you can keep the hands where they are, one on the belly, one on the heart, or just let the hands rest by your sides. I encourage you to come back to your breath, as well as close your eyes. Next exhale, let's extend the legs out long, extend the arms out long, taking up some space, coming into final Shavasana, letting the mind and the body reap all the benefits from today's practice. Again, I encourage you to close your eyes and just come back to your breath. So I encourage you to stay here for as long as you like, or if you're ready to go, we can rock up coming into a seated position of your choice. Wherever you are, let's bring our hands together at our heart. Thank you all so much for sharing your time and your energy with me today. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. From here, let's bring our hands up to our third eye. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.